Lightworkers, how are you today? Welcome, healers and lightworkers of the world. Let me know who's there. Let's take the time to connect. So unfortunately, that's what I have. Yeah, when I go through a StreamYard, I don't get your name. So good evening, hello, hello, and let me know who's there. If you can write your name down, if for some reasons your name does not appear. But I'm really, really happy to see you all here. If you're new in the group, welcome to this group. I know that some of you are francophones, so bonjour, bonjour, and bienvenue. Hello, Cynthia. Thank you for putting your name here. Thank you. So, if you're new to the group, then welcome and take the time to introduce yourself if you want to. Um, it's not that kind of networking group where, everybody's chatting and giving their comments on people's experiences. Hello, Deb. Thank you for putting your name. And Christine, thank you. It's not the energy in the group, like that kind of networking energy, but feel free to turn it into a more networking and chatting and conversation kind of container. It's totally fine, but I would simply be curious to find out more about you, your experience with your intuitive powers. Do you feel you're a newbie in this? Do you feel you're experienced? And what you're looking for, because the group itself is more than just chatting about what you're going through. Hello, Anne. How you doing, Anne? It's um, it's more about chatting about your everyday stuff. It's really to activate you. So it's true. I'm more often present to activate you, to get you going, to open your hearts up, heart like in terms of heart center, and to get you going into the awakening process. So this is my mission in the container, to really activate you and to move you to your next level of expression as a light worker. So if you're an emerging light worker, an awakening light worker, we want you to rise into your power. We want you to start to really play with your intuitive gifts, to share them, to feel comfortable sharing them, to feel comfortable telling the world who you are. This is how I can help you in this container. And if you're already a light worker or healer who is sharing their gifts, whether it's as a hobby, part-time, or full-time, then I can also take you from that space where you're at right now into your next awakening power, your next level of expression, which could be to start to reach more people, to master your intuitive gifts, in order not to feel that sometimes they're highly potent and sometimes you feel that you're disconnected, to understand the difference between your mind chatting, your earth mind chatting, and actually your higher self. So we're all at different levels, and my job here as a light worker mentor, as an intuitive coach, is to take you where you're at right now in terms of connection to your powers, connection to your cosmic family, and see what is blocking, see what is stagnant, see what needs to be addressed, to move you clearly and become to your next step, of course, but to become an autonomous light worker. That is the ultimate goal, to make sure that you do not rely on another earth guidance to understand what your next steps are, to understand what you're supposed to do, what your soul mission is. That's something that we can all retrieve ourselves. But at the beginning, we're unsure. So we kind of fluctuate from confident to, doubting. And this is the kind of work we can do together. So welcome here. And again, let me know if it's your first time connecting, and bienvenue to everyone. So today, today's topic is really to understand what it is to be a light worker. And yes, I call it the blissful life of a light worker, because it is, if you compare to other human beings who have no clue that there's a fifth dimensional and plus and up aspect of our our experience here on earth. So some people are still blind, some people are not even aware of it. So today we will talk about that. We'll talk about what happens when you're totally in alignment with your life purpose, but also we'll talk about the misconceptions about what it means to be light workers. And there's so much being shared out there, and it's not. Some might be to slow you down, but most of them are unconscious. It's based on people's level of understanding of the process, and then they just focus on one area of the light worker energy and totally disregard some other aspects. So we will talk about that. But before we dive into the core of the topic, let me share something with you. Mark your calendars, mark your agendas. Next week, we will have a masterclass, a 2-day masterclass, and it is called Manifest Alignment as a Light Worker. Manifest, I hope I didn't make any mistakes. No, it's good. Manifest Alignment as a Light Worker. It's a free masterclass. It will happen on Facebook, but I will create a separate group. So you will be invited, of course, if you want to join, if you think it resonates with you. So it's at 2 p.m. Eastern time, Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time, and 10 p.m. UK time. It is live. We will talk about, well, the 2 days will be divided into sections, of course, to make sure that you don't have to soak in everything the first day. And we will have 24 hours to kind of digest the first portion. And within those 24 hours, you will have the chance to see how you react to the content. Remember, most of it will be channeled. And even though I don't officially channel, I know that some kind of energetic upgrade will happen to you. So we will have 24 hours to totally assimilate all this. And then the following day, which will be, I think, it's Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday, we will get more into the core. So how to manifest really an aligned life as a light worker. So the first day, it's all about rising your into your powers. We will talk about that. The second part will be all about understanding what is your perfect alignment. The perfect alignment as a light worker is so different from one person to another. Some people are meant to be healers and really heal a lot of people. We understand that there might be more steps for them. There might be, the level of alignment will be very different than a person whose mission is to use their healing abilities to heal their family. They're all as powerful, but that's what is important for you to understand. There's not one clear method. There's not one clear path or journey. There's yours and only yours. So it is important for you to understand what means alignment for you. And we will talk about that. So I will give you all the details in the days to come. And I hope you can make it. If you cannot make it live, don't worry. You will have a few extra hours to watch the replays. But after a few days, the content will disappear. Why do I do that? Simply to get you going. Because if I was telling you, it will be there for, a year, some of you will probably delay, delay the initiative to do it right now. I just always go with the actual energies. And right now, the energies are powerful. I had prepared this masterclass for at least 2 months. And every time I was like, I will do it next time. I will do it next time. And now it feels that the energies are totally aligned. So it's perfect. So I hope you can join. But right now we will talk about the blissfulness. The blissful or the bliss, I don't know if blissfulness exists as a term. I just invented it. Probably that happens with me, either in French or in English. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm totally inventing words that feel energetically so powerful. Today we will talk about how to really feel that the life as a light worker can be blissful, but it will become blissful if you are authentically realistic about also what it means to be a light worker on earth right now. So before we go, I can see I have some little comments. Hello, beautiful. Phoenix, hello, hello. Beautiful. All right, so let's get going. Before I get into the topic, we will close our eyes for a minute just to, calm down and let all that energy settle down for us to be open. So your eyes are closed. Take a deep breath in through the nose and just release through the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose and release through the mouth until no more breath. Let's do this 2 more times. Using your powerful imagination to create images in your mind. And remember, it doesn't matter how you see things, it doesn't matter how you feel things. Your experience right now, even in a group setting, is a unique experience that will match your actual energy level, that will clear anything that you're no longer needed to keep within your field, making more room for what you're ready to hear and integrate. See a beautiful white light all around you, taking you deeper in a deep, deep, deep level of relaxation. Tension is dissipating, your muscles are relaxing, and a sensation of warmth, just the perfect temperature for you, is flowing within you from your head down to your toes. Opening up your abilities to record new data, to unlock these moments of clear understanding, ready to record an information that will make sense to you and that will guide you in your next steps. You're connected to your higher self, and your higher self is supporting you in the integration of what is coming through today. Thank you, AJ. Thank you for connecting. So when you're ready, you can open your eyes and simply know that whatever I say today, feel free to have a conversation with me and with everyone. So you can, of course, share how you feel about it. So the blissful reality of a light worker is indeed a very pleasant realization, a very pleasant experience. But again, it becomes even more empowered if you are realistic. I will divide that conversation in 2 elements. And again, the conversation is open. What do you feel is blissful in your experience as a light worker? What do you feel is exciting? What do you feel is making you feel happy, joyful when you are entering this zone of intuitive powers? You can share that in the comment section. So let's talk about the blissful aspect, the joyful aspect of what it is a light worker. Everybody on this planet is intuitive. Everybody can develop their intuitive powers. Everybody could become a healer. Everybody could become a psychic. Everybody could become a spiritual leader. Genetically and energetically, we can do it. We can all do it. Inner peace, yes, feeling inner peace. Totally. Another person says, bliss in helping others, Cynthia, to heal and find their way. Yes, good teaching. A way shower, wonderful. Hello, hello, beautiful ones. Just need to turn something. Yes, love and peace, wonderful. Totally, totally. So thank you for sharing this. So everybody can develop those abilities because they're all coded. A light worker is more aware of those codes. A light worker knows that there's a potential within them and they need to take actions to unlock them. So sometimes life unlocks them for them, whether it's through a workshop, an activation, sometimes unfortunately through an accident or difficult traumatic issues. Either way, the light worker knows that this reality is just a facade hiding something that is pretty much limitless. So an emerging light worker, a rising light worker, an abundant light worker, a professional light worker, they all know that the learning process never ends. Willow says, help someone transmute dark energies and feel at peace. Yeah, it's part of the whole experience. Thank you for sharing. So what makes you a light worker? As I said, everybody has actually the ability to become a manifester of the light here. Everybody. It's just that your soul has chosen that in this life, in this incarnation, you're going to use your gifts. It's like starting on a process, turning the switch on. In this incarnation, which is a tiny, tiny dust in the experience of your soul, it's like now is the time to turn it on. Not only is she or is he ready to express his light working nature, but the world is ready to hear. There will be less friction between what we think is the human life and what those magicians of the light, I call us magicians of the light, can actually show to others. So the gifts are a bliss. When you start to experience and share your gifts, it's blissful. The moment, I don't know how it is for you, and please share your experience, but the moment that you feel that you see things, you sense things, then the common mortal doesn't see or doesn't understand. You're starting to see fairies, you're starting to pretty much read people without even knowing them, or you start to feel that your hands project some kind of energy that do soothe people's discomfort. You feel like uplifted, you feel elevated, you feel that, wow, there's something magical happening. Yeah, somebody says that your mom's passing did rocked you also. Yeah, of course. And anything that is traumatic in a good way, or trauma is obviously never pleasant, but anything that is forcing you to review your beliefs is actually moving you forward in the expression of your multidimensional nature. So the gifts, just the gifts, you expressing them, and even the joy of practicing your gifts, using them. Remember, part of the lightworking mission is to share them. You're not being judged by anything, not even your higher self. Only your ego might judge you, but you're not judged whether you share your gift to one person, to 10, to 100, whether you do it now or you plan on doing it in a year, or you decide to take a break before doing so. Nobody's judging you. Your blueprint is there. Your blueprint is there, and you still have the choice. You still have the ability to decide when you want to play with those gifts. But the more you play with them, the more you share them, the more you work with them. And if it requires you to ask for support to help you believe in your powers and to clear everything along the way, just do it. You will feel the whole process will be a lot more pleasant, but the gifts themselves are really blissful. Then connecting to higher frequencies, guides, angels, archangels, the elementals, the beings from other realities. If you're mediums, you might connect with people who have crossed over and have a message to share. This is a blissful moment when you realize that not only can you talk to your neighbor, but you can also talk to what, again, is mainly invisible for others. That is a blissful moment. It can feed you for days and days, giving you the motivation to move forward, giving you the focus, the momentum you need. That is blissful. And being of service is blissful too. Again, as a light worker, you may decide not to express those gifts, but you will feel a lot more. First of all, you will feel the support. You will feel the support from your guides, from your higher self, if you decide to follow the mission, because you have been gifted to do something. So there's when you know you're helping a person, again, whatever your life mission is, whatever you're meant to be doing with those gifts, as soon as you express them and you know you have an impact on somebody else's life, and you're helping them to grow, to heal, to move forward, to feel that their lives has a meaning, that is blissful. That is a moment where you feel, that's why I'm alive. That's why I have a reason. These are my reasons to be here. I'm really impacting positively other people. And that's beautiful to feel this. Again, we're putting the ego away. It's just like, it's an exchange of energy. You give something you know because you have a power going through you. You share it and you transform somebody's life. That's it. The energy comes back to you. You feel good and you feel motivated to move forward. That is blissful. Now, what do you feel, or what do you think the misconceptions around being a light worker are? And there's more than one, but I would like you to think of that while I have a sip of tea. Misconceptions, things that we believe is associated to the life of a light worker, and that is not true, or the truth is a little bit distorted. These are important elements too. Constant positivity, yes. A light worker, because he has powers. She has power. She can see. She's psychic. She's healing people. She should never be sick. She should always be happy. Yeah, that's a good one. Any other misconceptions around what it is, the reality of being a light worker? I'm waiting for you. I will just share a few, but please feel free. Let them roll, because I think that conversation is amazing. Rapid awakening, a rapid personal awakening, meaning that as soon as you start to realize you're a light worker, that you're starting to have powers, I'm starting to use my hands, that's it. Everything will unfold rapidly on its own. I have started the process. I'm waiting for the universe to just continue to unlock the codes, unlock the healing codes, unlock the magic codes. That is a misconception. The rapidity in which your gifts will be unlocking is proportional to your investment in your mission. It will, your magic gifts will unfold on their own. But if you decide not to use them, you don't practice, or you just say, well, that's what I am, but I'm not really interested. They will, the expression of those gifts will slow down. Some will remain dormant. So it's not, I unlock it, it goes on its own. There's work. There's really work. So your personal awakening depends on your own willingness to take actions. Other people's are saying, we're always in 5D. Yes, and up. Yeah. There's a lot of, yeah, that's a good one. And actually, we will address this one. Thank you for sharing this one. That we can always turn it on. Actually, you can turn it on. You can turn it on whenever you want to. I mean, if turn it on, meaning like whenever I want to connect, bang, I can connect. As soon as you master your powers, whatever they are, remember we all have different powers and different ways to connect to our powers, it will become easy to turn them on. For me, before, I thought I needed to be in a certain location. I needed to have a certain ritual. Now, all I have to do, I don't say that because I feel I'm better. It's just because I've been doing it a little bit more regularly and for quite a while now. It's just I close my eyes. I just do my breathing exercise, see myself in the white light. And I would say within 30 seconds, maybe less, that's it. I'm ready to receive the data. I'm ready to receive. So yes, it can be a misconception for those who do not know that it is actually accessible, but thank you. Yeah, your gifts on demand, you do not have to share your gifts on demand, but you could share your gifts on demand, on your demand, not anybody's demand. You're not offering your stuff for free to everyone until exhaustion. So you're not meant to be sharing your gifts to everyone for no compensation. That is also a misconception. And thank you, Willow, for sharing this, because it's kind of unlocking another topic. Whether you decide to charge or not for your gifts is really, really up to you. You might decide to trade. You might decide to practice at first. This is really up to you. But eventually, if you feel that your powers can make really a change, a serious change in humanity, you might decide to dedicate more time to your gifts, to your practice. You might even decide to drop a full-time job in another field that is not really supporting this. How do you live? How do you bring food? That's the question you have to ask yourself. But again, you decide, but eventually you want a circulation of energy. Yes, totally. So thank you for this. Another misconception that emotionally is the emotional healing is complete. That's it. I'm connected. I'm starting to unlock my powers. I know I'm connected, so I'm healed. That's where clarity around your blocks, around your trauma, around your karmic issues becomes clear. Again, nobody's healing you. Nobody is accelerating the awakening process for you. You are being activated through different activations, through different events, whether they're conscious or unconscious, whether they're accidental or provoked. But every time you unlock something about you, there's always a question: how do I practice it? What kind of process should I use to reach more people, to maybe refine my practice? It's just the beginning. of the experience. There has been a moment when I started, I was on a plateau. I had like, I was clear. I was really clear. I was channeling clearly. I was helping a few people per week, and I didn't fully feel my mission yet, or I was blocking it. Um, and I was like asking my higher self, is that it? I was really asking my higher self, is that it? That's it? I'm unlocked? Great. That's it. There's no more challenges for me. It felt boring. It felt boring. Just that total moment of complacency. I don't know if it's a term. Being complacent. Is it a term? Let me know if I'm again inventing another word here. But feeling that I have enough. There's nothing else for me to learn. I felt it for. It didn't last very long because, don't worry, my higher self triggered me. Yeah, Willow says you feel a plateau. You need activation. There's something within you that is blocking the next step, or you need to play with what you have right now. Remember, the plateau, meaning I don't feel that I have anything else to work with. I don't feel that more powers are coming through. Is not the universe deciding that for you. It's not your higher self blocking the upgrades. There's something within you that seems to bring the fears to I'm sorry, it's the end of the day. I'm in my zone. I had such a wonderful activation with my students. I'm still in the zone here, and I know some of you are here. So yeah, it's when the fears around being you with your gifts, whatever your blocks are at the moment, are more powerful than your will to be of service or to develop more. So there's something to work around that. If you feel happy in the state you're in, enjoy it. It just means that you're invited to stay there for a while. But stay there doesn't mean just daydream. It means like use them and see how it goes. So emotional healing is a continuous journey. It does not happen because you're a light worker, you're a healer. As a healer, you still need healing. The difference is that you have access to the tools, you know how they're called, you know who to call, you might even know who to ask, whether it's a teacher, a healer, somebody around you. You're not scared anymore to ask for help because you believe in those powers. So you don't wait in the blurred zone, the void zone, where you're blaming everybody else about your fears, your blocks, your pain. You're really clear. You're ready to face them. So that's the gift of the light worker. The light worker is ready to face their fears. Bypassing unresolved struggles, that's more a misconception from the light workers themselves, believing that because it's kind of connected to emotional healing, that the emotional healing would happen automatically. But if you have unlocked some of your unlimited source of intuitive powers, and you think that life will be a lot easier, meaning no struggles anymore, you will jump over easily, you're like just like, light, you can. And actually, a part of it is true, but a part of you experiencing life struggles in a more easy way is not because life is cute, I don't see the pain, I don't see anything, I'm healed. It's more like I see the truth. I see the origin of my pain. I see the origin of people's struggles. I see why humanity is acting the way it's acting. I know why the humans are scared. It's like, so you don't fight the evolutive process of humanity and your own. You're simply understand that you personally have to go through those struggles in order to accelerate your awakening, instead of blaming, feeling shameful about it, or or guilty about it, everything that would keep you from evolving. So again, a misconception is that there's no struggles anymore. It's easy. And if there's some, you just like jump over like an athlete. Like, no, there's still work to do. That the ego is annihilated. It totally dissolved. That I hear that a lot because you're connected to high vibrational frequencies, that your ego doesn't drive you anymore, meaning you're selfless. You never experience guilt, shame, anger. There's no ego. There's no, the earth self is totally tamed. When you attain that level, chances are you won't be in this reality. And somebody, one of you said it, the misconception of thinking that light workers are always in the fifth dimension and higher. Yes, but it's also sometimes the misconception coming from light workers themselves. That's it, that's it. I don't have any ego anymore. If you want to be a human being, and that is part of the lesson as a light worker, you need to heal your own wounds as a light worker on earth. If not, you wouldn't be there. If you didn't have anything to heal, you wouldn't be there. You would probably be helping humanity, but from an etheric point of view. You would not be incarnated. So it meant that an aspect of you wanted to experience density in one way or another, or there was still more stuff to heal. So the ego is also helping you survive on earth. If there was no ego, there wouldn't be any vigilance. There wouldn't be any an analysis of your reality. You would cross the street believing that you cannot die. You understand, you would not be attuned to the regulations that what society has created. You would not have any personality, which is again a goal that we tend to reach. But right now, on earth right now, having no ego is pretty much being just energy. Right now, maybe in 20, 50, 100 years, the ego will have melded so well with the higher self, and that's the goal. We understand that's the goal, meaning that the ego helps you survive, what to eat, how to move, how to heal yourself physically. That is the ego that helps you foresee and organize your everyday life, but everything is done in conjunction with the higher self guidance. When that is attained, then there's balance. But right now, there's no destruction of the ego. I know I see that as quotes, and I might even have shared that a long time ago, where the ego is totally dissolved and only the higher self takes over. Only the higher self is leading your life. It's not like that. You still need the ego, but the ego is not the master. The ego is entering in communication with the higher self. The higher self is you vibrating at a way higher frequency, knowing what is good for you, how to heal you, how to help you move forward. So when those two are communicating clearly together, then you overcome struggles, fears a lot easier, whether it's your own stuff or the external stuff. So that is a misconception, believing that the ego is dissolved. Believing, that's what I read today, believing that we're chosen ones, that light workers and healers are chosen ones, that we have something more, that we are better, that we have done so much great work in our lives, that we have been given a special opportunity, a special we're being recognized as being highly empowered. Yeah, that's the ego. If you think that, then the ego needs to be worked on. You are not superhumans. You're not chosen ones. An aspect of you chose for you to be here to learn and teach, but so is the person who who is working at a bank or is working in something that is more down to earth, that person still has something to learn. And you can learn a lot from these people too. We all have things to learn. So you have chosen yourself to do something special here. That is a gift. But believing that you have been chosen to be above everyone, to start to gather a lot of people around you because only you have the voice of truth. Only you can perform powers in such way that you are going to teach everyone to do it the way you do it, is again very ego-based. And no, we're not chosen ones. We are ones who are showing the light. That's all. We all have the light. It's important to remember that you can unlock anybody's light, even if they don't believe they're a light worker, simply because they came to you for a conversation, for support, and suddenly you shift something within them, then that's it. Their light working code is being activated. And just a year ago, they were making fun of you because you were doing your woo-woo. You can unlock somebody's light codes anytime during their incarnation. So you're just a teacher. You're just a way shower. And disregarding third dimensional reality. Yeah, that's also a misconception. Believing that that's it. I don't need to face the everyday third reality stuff, the mundane stuff. I don't need to work on myself. I don't need to worry about money. Not that you have to worry about it, but you have to, again, be aware of how life on earth works. If you want to survive, you need to eat. If you want to pay your rent, you need money. There's a lot of third dimensional issues that we have to deal and work with. Okay, so disregarding third dimensional reality because your fifth dimensional plus powers are really high is again disconnecting you from the mass, which is the majority of human beings here. If you're telling, it's like if you say, I'm just living in my environment, you may decide, again, no judgment, but even the person who decides to really isolate themselves from the third dimensional reality cannot fully and completely disconnect from the fact they have a body. Even if they get out of the physical body and come back, there's always only death at this point. The physical death can just send you completely back, completely meaning no return in this vehicle as Natalie, as who you are. But yes, you can have ins and outs. But it is important for you to integrate your divine powers and see how you can use them in this third dimensional reality. I am a very realistic channeler, a very realistic light worker. I got blinded by the beauty of connecting to everything. And it took me a few months to realize, what do I do with that? It's so much fun. It's like, it's peace and love every day. And eventually you come back. It's okay to go through that process where you feel disconnected from the third dimensional reality, but eventually you need to come back. So these are steps that you will go through, experienced light workers or not, but it will become easier. You will overcome the struggles a lot more easily, a lot more rapidly. Your ego won't force you to do that on your own. You'll be able to ask for help. You'll be able to ask for support. You'll feel strong enough to share your powers. And this blissful experience as a light worker will become more and more a reality in your daily life. You will extend it. And every time there will be some kind of struggles, whether they're yours, whether there's your community, your family, you will be, I see this. What can I change? And you come back into your third dimensional reality and you actively do things. Some things that cannot change. People have to evolve. It's like right now, do we want wars to end? Yes, we do. Do we want illnesses to stop? Yes, we do. How much can we do right now? We can only just take care of ourselves and share our light. It will activate people. You do not know how precious your work is. We need you. We really, really need all of you light workers in whatever area you're working in and you will be working in. You do not know who you're impacting right now. I have students who have started with doubting their channeling abilities, and now they even have more students than I have. I'm checking one of my beautiful students. She has like over 10,000 followers. It's like, I'm like, wow, and that is beautiful. As soon as she got aligned, that's it. Everything skyrocketed for her. And she felt aligned with people. So you see, it's as soon as you don't know how many people you're helping, and you don't know how deeply. Does it mean that everybody has resolved everything? Maybe not. But ask for help, ask for support, trust yourself, and move forward. Move forward. Don't stay stagnant for too long. Enjoy what you have acquired. Enjoy what you have unlocked. Play with it. Just play every day, even if your daily life is heavy because you have a family, because you have a 9-to-5 job. Just always go back to you. You always have a 5 minute, a 5 minute. You always have 5 minutes for yourself. I don't care if you have to lock yourself in the toilet in order to have that 5 minutes of silence, but a 5 minute where you can close your eyes and just ask for visual, sensitive guidance and ask, what is the next step? And your next step could be anything. Working your powers, being out there telling the world who you are, asking for your support, entering a vortex that will support you. That is also very important. A light worker cannot do it on his own. Like, first of all, humans are not meant to work things on their own. They're social beings. Yeah, you can stay a few months on your own and developing your own thing, but eventually you will want to ask others for their support or hear their journey. And then you'll say, oh my God, other people struggled where I struggled. Other people went through this, and you resonate. It's important to know that you're not the only one here, because light workers, as I say many times, they don't have a university of light workers where we know. I wish. And as I say it, I feel it. I don't know, in 50 years, like a place where all intuitive, like a Harry Potter kind of a university for, witches and all that. But a place where wherever you feel the spark in yourself, you don't learn law when you feel that you could be a witch. You understand? You would go through that university, to that school, to that space where it is being recognized. It will happen, but in order for that to happen, we have to show the world that this is a reality. Some people have powers, and they're sharing them, and they're making a difference. We're at the beginning. We're at the beginning. Yeah, magic school, definitely. And that will happen. That will happen. Now we have little schools. I have one. I mean, I don't call it school. Actually, my business coach told me that I should call it. I forgot what she said, but she said the light worker something school. And I said, I'm not ready yet, but I'm keeping that in mind. But what I do is that. I mean, I'm holding students, I'm helping them to move forward and to accept their powers and express them magically, trusting their abilities and finding what their soul purpose is, to not fight back and wonder, are they aligned, not aligned? That is a school. That is a school. It's not officially a school, but people who connect with me will come to me. And if you connect to another one, you just go and work with that person, and you might alternate the way you have different courses and classes at university or in a school. That is totally fine. But look for support. I do not feel you can do that on your own. You can unlock a few things on your own, but eventually you will wonder how you can really match the third dimensional reality in your gifts. There will be time where you'll need somebody who knows a little bit more. And that's it. So I hope this conversation helped. It was a bit longer than usual, but I think that this is a very important conversation to know what is reality, what isn't, how people can perceive the light working experience, and how you feel. Maybe you're dreaming about, being in the ethers every day. No, you have to come back. We need you. We need you to take actions and help people. So if you're not in your body, how are people going to contact you? We need you back here. So I'm just posting again. If you have questions, let me know. I'm just posting again next week, next Wednesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time. We have a masterclass called Manifest Alignment as a light worker. It's over 2 days. It should be an hour each time, over 2 days to help you integrate the first part. The first part is really about rising into your power. It's all the rising sequence. We all have a rising sequence. I am still having my own rising sequence. It's a different one than yours. We will talk about that. And the second day, it's the perfect alignment. As soon as you understand how you rise personally, remember, I'm so not for a process you have to follow. Some people are mastering clairvoyance, mediumship, energy healing, and they're teaching their method as they have learned it or as they have uncovered it. Great. But eventually you need to disconnect and you need to work with your own gifts. You need to detach yourself from the process because the process is being birthed through you. All right. So I hope to see you. It will happen on Facebook, but in a different private group. Why? Because I really want motivated people to join. The description will come through, so you'll know if you resonate with the content. But I'm kind of, actually, I should say that we will talk about the 5 core elements to activate your Lightworker codes. And again, in order to rise and to rise into your powers, but also to find alignment. So I'll give you all the details, but at least mark your calendars. All right, so I'll let you go. Thank you, everyone. That was a pleasure. Again, if you have any questions, just ask them here. We will have a replay tomorrow if you have other questions. And let all this be integrated within you. Close your eyes right now. Take a deep breath and release, and just allow everything, all the words, all the energy contained in the words, in the knowledge, to make its way through you. If there's one or more things that were shared today that resonates with you, let that connection unlock your next awareness around your powers. Let the activating process start now. Thank you, beautiful ones. Enjoy the rest of your day and see you next week.